that you, Anna? You have heard? Listen, dear, I don't want to alarm you, but we have to leave the country at once. Go to the airport. I will be waiting for you. Immediately. You understand?
Yes, at once. Where are we going? England. Yes, of course. It's happening, Miss Anna. Martha, I've got to leave at once. Help me put some things in the bag.
Night Train to Munich is a wartime comedy suspense film from 20th Century Fox. It stars Margaret Lockwood, Rex Harrison and Paul Henreid. The Beaumarchais, Axel, a prominent scientist who is working on a new armour plating experiment, and his daughter Anna are forced to flee Prague during the German invasion of 1939. They reach England separately and are reunited after Anna escapes from a German concentration camp. In England, they are put under the protection of British agent Gus Bennett.
Where did you get that from?
Post office stopped it.
Why?
I gave them instructions.
What have my private letters to do with you?
Postmark's a dangerous thing.
This letter's to a friend of mine.
British?
No,
Refugee.
I'm not going to be cross-examined.
I must remind you that the government pay me a wage, small but regular, to look after your father.
It's obviously not small enough. You don't suppose I'd write to anybody I couldn't trust? Why, if it wasn't for Carl, I wouldn't be here.
What did you say?
He escaped with me.
You never tell them.
I told my father.
Not me.
If I didn't, it's simply because Carl is an alien without a passport. He was afraid he might be deported.
But things go wrong when they are tricked by a Nazi agent played by Paul Henreid, who kidnaps the Beaumarchais and takes them back to the heart of Germany, where the Nazis hope to use Axel's new invention to win the war. So Gus Bennett, played by Rex Harrison, hatches a daring rescue by infiltrating the German High Command, posing as a Gestapo officer to rescue the Beaumarchais.
You remember me, Herr Beaumarchais? I did not expect to see you again here. And you, Fräulein Beaumarchais, I see you have not forgotten me. Must be 4 years.
Major Herzog is preparing a highly confidential report on armor plating. He has been on several missions to Prague. He met Beaumarchais there.
Just one moment. Martin, conduct Herr Beaumarchais and his daughter into the next room.
Yes, I think so, Ulrich.
There's no time for tea. We reach Munich in a few minutes.
Oh, time for just one cup. Cake, darling?
No, thank you.
I'm afraid I must ask you to drop this little comedy. It is very entertaining, but I have certain formalities to attend to.
Comedy? What do you mean?
Oh, thank you. You're merely pretending to be infatuated with this man. There's no such person as Major Herzog. He's a British agent trying to get you and your father out of Germany.
You must be crazy. Ulrich.
I don't propose to waste the time with the Gestapo denying it.
Thank you.
You're going to give yourself up?
Well, they have lots of proof, Mr. Beaumarchais.
An escort will be waiting at Munich to take you in charge.
You can't do this.
He's an enemy agent.
Weren't you? Didn't you do exactly the same as he's doing?
There's a slight but important difference. I wasn't caught.
So overall, Night Train to Munich was a bit of a disappointment. It has some good performances, yes, and a decent script, but it severely lacks any kind of dramatic tension. It can feel quite talky and stagey at times, and you do find yourself reaching for the fast forward button on occasion. The main problem with this film is it tries to be a comedy, a drama and a war film all at the same time, and ends up being neither. The artwork of the time boasts of comedy, suspense and thrills, but really doesn't deliver in any of these. The comedy duo of Basil Radford and Norton Wayne, which started with The Lady Vanishes and continued for a series of 10 films, gets an extended cameo here, but they don't really add anything to the film, except to help Rex Harrison's rescue bid. Margaret Lockwood is fine and shows some real star quality and screen presence in it, but the script gives her very little to work with. But she does have some very good chemistry with Rex Harrison in this film. Rex Harrison steals the show for me as a smoothly confident hero, and he really does keep you watching even through the slow parts. his performance is a standout. Paul Henreid is okay as a Gestapo agent, but merely okay. He's just simply not threatening or evil enough to generate any kind of tension or threat. He's just too one note. So, if it's a cold and wintry night and you've got nothing better to do, I would give this film a chance. It's not a bad film. It's certainly not a great film. It's just a rather forgettable one.
Is anything the matter?
That tune you were whistling, sir, it is an English tune, isn't it?
How do you know?
I heard it on the radio from London last night.
Are you not aware that listening to the foreign broadcast is forbidden, that there is a strict penalty?
I'm sorry, sir.
I will not report you on this occasion, but see that you are more discreet in future. Get out. Very awkward.
Lucky it wasn't Rule Britannia.
Handled it rather neatly, I thought.
You know, if a woman ever loved you like you love yourself, it would be one of the romances of history.
I'm unlikely to think of an adequate reply to that. I think we ought to drink a toast. England expects that every Secret Service man this night shall do his duty.